Alright guys, Riley here today. So today we're going to go over the HMC settings, and I have a kind of a setup here where it's already, the sequences are already put together. So first of all, we're going to go into tractor, and then if you want to kind of look at these settings, these are the exact settings you kind of want to do. So right now we're with a disc ripper, and this is our A to B settings, right? So we'll go through them each by themselves. So I'm going to pause this to edit it right away here. And when you pause, you notice that it went away from my left-hand area. When it goes away from the left-hand area, don't worry about it. You just need to hit the play button before you want to resume. So here is our A setup, and we have it going from an A to B system here, and we'll have it all on distance. If you wanted to record your setup, it's always going to record in time. You can switch it to distance later. Always want your GPS triggers on so it can trigger at a certain distance, and then you can mess with your GPS trigger distance to trigger in the headland early or later on in the field. So what we're going to want to do is want to go to A and B, hit play. We're going to have this icon come up here, and it's orange right now because we're not on a guidance line and we're not moving at all. So the other settings you want to mess with, you always want these two widgets on, AccuTurn and GPS trigger. If you don't have AccuTurn, you can just have GPS trigger on, so that way it'll trigger whenever you're in your headland, and you can essentially make your headland. You always want a boundary when you're doing this as well, otherwise you'll have nothing to trigger off of or be able to make a headland. So after you make your boundary, you want to make a headland, and then essentially how many or how wide you want to make it. So it'll go off your implement width. So 2 implement widths or 3 implement widths is usually a good starting point. So now we're going to start moving here, and we're going to engage on a line. So we're going to actually see it working in action. So we'll turn to the left here. And then we'll engage ourselves, and you'll see right underneath here, we'll see a distance for each of the auto turn and the AccuTurn points. So I'm going to drop my disc gripper into the ground here, and I'll shift up a little bit. That's kind of the way we have it working. And then we'll see, once we start getting toward the end, we'll see it shift down for us up on our A post, and it'll actually throttle us down as well. So that's kind of the whole point of working this. Another important setting you always want play point setting and GPS trigger on. You can mess with these settings as well. Alright, you see our A point coming in here. So right as we hit this A point, we'll see this icon start to change. It's going to blink blue up there. It'll become green, and now it's shifted us down. You'll feel it. Now it's going to throttle us down, right? We haven't moved our multifunction handle. We're auto turning, and we're going to lift back there. We're lifting our disc gripper as well, right? And now, once it's done with the A sequence, we can still see that it's running. Now we're shifting into our B sequence. So right here we can see that we're lowering our disc gripper, and now we're going to shift up, and now we're raising our RPMs. And I haven't touched anything. It did it all on its own with the headland management controls. Thank you.